Okay, you guys, I had to do this emergency video because it is story time with Katie Jo. So welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for showing up and being here today. So this is story time because I had the worst experience of my life the other day. So I was in Washington where I lived and grew up, and I was visiting my family. Fabulous time, got to see my little poochie. It was great. And then came the plane ride home, which I'm not a flyer myself already, not a flyer, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I show up to the airport, I'm already upset, I have to leave Washington, I have to go back to work, blah, blah, blah. The terminal is hot as a momo. I had this exact outfit on, and I'm like, like sweat is rolling down my neck. I literally went into a gift shop and bought a Seattle t-shirt because I was so hot. So I'm already kind of stenchy, I'm already not feeling so hot, I'm not ready for the flight. But my flight over was great. I mean, my flight over, I had no one next to me on the seats like by me, and then no one across the way, and then no one behind me. I mean, living the lap of luxury. I sat in each seat and pushed them all back, and then I laid down, and I mean, I was woken up by someone letting me know that there was drool coming down my neck and pooling on my shirt, but still, great time. So this time I'm hoping same thing. And then I sit down, and you know, you're kind of like when you're sitting there, you're like, ooh, are you gonna sit by me? Ooh, are you gonna sit by me? No, okay. So then this huge family comes up. This family does not speak English, which is not necessarily important to me at all, but it's important for the story. We're flying into the airport closest to Disneyland. So when I see a family, I'm actually kind of excited because it's cute. Like, they're going on a trip to Disneyland, so okay, I'm cool with it. I'm not that person who's like, oh, a child. Suddenly, the cabin is filled with this odor. And I'm like, ooh, oh. I feel like my eyelash is falling off and my eyebrow's like burning right off. It smelled like all of this family had just taken a dumper and then stood up and then walked out. Like, no wipage, none. And just let it crust to their body. So I was like, ooh, okay. I'm like literally looking through my bag for lotion to just put it right here, so I just smell the lotion. I sit down, and I have the little kid behind me, which I'm like, he's probably well behaved. He's like 3, like no biggie. If he kicks a little bit, whatever, I'm fine. The family's behind me, and then the grandma and grandpa are next to me. Grandma's closest to me. She promptly takes her shoes off immediately, and I have a little diagram for us. We're gonna do a little role play. Here's me. So this woman kicks her shoes off, and then I kid you not, this woman, she doesn't only just stick her feet right there by my little face, but she's kind of touching her toes. And I'm over here with this face like, are you kidding me? And then she's comfortable, so she rests her foot on my knee. The whole plane ride. My knee. Barefoot. Still smell of poo-poo, by the way. Still poo-poo smell. Breathe in, breathe out. It becomes very clear very soon that I'm not going to get my armrest because she's like, okay, cool girl, that's fine. I have this one. I'm just leaning up against the wall, it's fine. Try to chill. So I take out my Cosmo, and I'm just flipping through, I'm learning about the things, reading, and she's kind of eyeballing me a little bit and taking a look at my magazine. So then she takes out her like seat back magazine and she starts reading that. I'm like, okay girl, like it ain't gonna be that exciting, but okay. So she's flipping through, she soon realizes that, oh, this is not the same magazine. She must have brought her own. Okay. So she puts it back. I put mine in the back of my seat little pocket thing. That's important later. So then the child starts screaming. It's okay, it's okay. Maybe first time on a flight, I get it, no biggie. But I feel like I had a young John Cena behind me or something, because he was like going 20 rounds with the back of the seat. At one point he was standing on the tray table and bouncing up and down. At some point he crawled up on the back of the seat and looked over at me and I'm like, hi. Then he proceeded to like pick through my hair like an ape looking for bugs. My phone did not download any of the music or the podcast that I wanted to listen to. I'm literally just sitting there like, what else? I still have the foot on my knee, by the way. Then the woman leans over and takes a little nap on my shoulder, and I'm immediately like, help help, help, help. I'm like, oh, oops, oopsie, there you go. So then the ladies come by with the juice. So they come on by, and the people next to me, my grandma and grandpa friends, they don't speak English, and they said, would you like anything to drink? And they go, right in her face, I'm like, excuse me, but I would like some juice. So they keep walking by, and I'm like, oh no, wait, I'm back here. Hey, could I get some cranberry juice? They give me my cranberry juice. Then they start both staring at me with my little juice. And then they say, They want what I'm having. Okay, cool, I'm starting a trendsetter, what can I say? And so then they get their juice, and then they just look at me. And I'm like, bottoms up, cheers. Okay, I think we're done here. So my child behind me, my friend, he is still screaming at the top of his lungs. But it's like a mix between a dolphin noise and like, do you remember those instruments you get in elementary school and a recorder? So I kind of turn around, he's got a recorder. Yep, one of their plane ride toys that they brought was a freaking recorder. My lady, my friend next to me, she starts to make a certain noise that I'm not sure I've heard before. So I glance over. She is going at it, itching her crotch with 2 hands. It's a noise that I can hear in my nightmares. Like, it's like, she's playing the dang washboard. So now at this point, I'm pressed up against the side. I'm like, oh God. Suddenly, my friend behind me, my child friend, he slams the window shut. My hair, as he slams, my hair gets sucked up into the window and slammed down on. I let out a noise only that I could compare to perhaps maybe Mariah Carey's New Year's Eve performance. Like, it was like, whoa! I'm picking hair out of the window, like, ooh, ouchie. Then, my friend, my grandma, I'll play the grandma, you play me. She's glancing over at my Cosmopolitan that is now sitting in the back of the seat in front of me. And she goes, and starts leaning over. Her head is now sitting in my crotch. And she's looking at it like this, and then grabs it and brings it over, and it's just like, and I'm like, oh, that's, okay, like, you can look at it. So she's like, Then she turns to this page. She goes, stares at me like I had just committed a sin. And then she wants to put it back. So then she leans over again. And she's leaning in, and the whole time I'm like, oh, I got it. Oh, I can do it. Oh, okay. I'm a solid 60 seconds in my crotch, like, trying to get it in the small little compartment of the seat back. I sat there the remainder of the flight. The flight lands, and I'm thanking the Lord Jesus that we're done. We're done. We're about middle of the airplane, so it shouldn't take too long for me to get off. I'm stoked. Everybody starts, standing up, grabbing their bags, they're filing out, and my family friends who are with me decide, they probably need some extra time down the jetway, so they're just gonna wait until everybody, and I mean everybody, gets off the plane before they get off the plane. That's fine and dandy, good call, except I'm stuck. But finally, I got off the plane and I ran for the dang hills. What a wild adventure. Thank you so much for joining me on this fabulous little story time with Katie Jo. Please tell me if you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, well then we've got another problem. You need to subscribe right away. That's all for me, ladies and gentlemen. Toodles poodles.